Hey hi YouTube. How are you? I hope you all guys are doing great, and I hope you are following this series and enjoying this series. And if you have any doubt, and is there any you want some improvements, so please feel free to suggest in the comment section. I will be very happy to hear it. So in previous video, we have seen aggregate functions, and definitely as promised, in this video we are going to explore about group by. So group by and having clause is really, really important. So I want some attention of you in this video. So what actually group by clause is? Hmm, so it basically groups the rows with the same value in specified columns. Okay. So it group rows with the same values in specified column. Specified column is the columns in which we want to do the group by. Okay, so let's take an example and I will explain you what exactly this does. So let's suppose we have five columns: ID, name, department, some salary, and maybe when one more column is active. Okay, we let's fill it some data: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Name are like X, Y, Z, P, Q, R. Let's suppose department is HR department, IT department, IT department, HR department, marketing department, HR department. Let's suppose the salary is 50K, 60K, 50K, 60K, 30K, 10K. Okay. Is active, true, 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 false, and false. Okay. So let's suppose this is our table, and let's suppose my goal is to let's suppose what my goal is. Let's suppose my goal is to group employees by department and count them. Okay, so let's suppose this is my goal. I have to group the employees by department and count them. So on which column, uh, on the basis of which column we have to group by its department. Okay, so based on the department, I'm choosing different color to make the groups. So HR will be one group, and I'm denoting HR with red color. So this will be also in the same group, and this will be also in the same group because their department is same. Let's suppose IT will create one more group. Similarly, marketing will also create one group. So if we summarize it, then the HR will, which is in the red color, HR will have three employees, and green, which is IT, it will have two employees, and yellow, which is marketing, will it is having one employee. So we have to group the employees and we have to count them. So this was our task, and we finally found this answer. Okay, cool. So this is the basic use case of group by clause. Okay, now let's see some syntax of it. So as we have understood what group by is, so how actually uh, the syntax of group by looks like. Again, it's like English only. Select which columns we have to select. Let's suppose column 1 we have to select, and we will also use some aggregate function. Like in the previous case, we have to count the employees. So in this case, we can use any kind of aggregate function. Okay, column 1 to whatever column you want. Okay, Let's make it as of now, let's make it as asterisk. Okay, asterisk. Okay, then from the table name and group by whatever column you want to group by. Let's suppose in this case column 1. And you can also group by multiple columns like column 1, column 2 and column 3. But this is the very basic syntax. Okay, so let's summarize it and let's write some points here. How actually group by works. Okay, this is important. Okay, please focus. So how actually this group by works? So first you saw that we have to group the rows, that green will be forming our one row and red will be forming one row and yellow will be forming one row. Okay, so first of all, we have to group grouping of rows will happen. Okay, cool. This is the first step. Now on that group we can apply some aggregate function. So apply aggregate function on that groups. Okay, whatever we want. If we want some aggregate function we can do it. If we don't want, it's fine, but mostly we need some kind of aggregate function to use that group by that use that groups. Okay, now this is important point. Remember, only one row is returned for each group. Okay, so this is really important. Okay, this is the property of group by clause, that it will only return one row each group. Okay, cool. Cool, that's fine. Now I think this much theory is enough. Okay, now let's see a practical example for it. Okay, so let's see. So I want some task like I have to uh, group the employees by department and count the number of employees in each department. So we have to basically count the employees of department and how many employees are basically in the department we have to find. So let's see what are all the data we have in employee details. So okay, no database has been selected, so I have just started it. So we have to use this database. Okay, and let's see what are the tables we have. So we have just one table which is employee details. Let me make it a bit smaller and this also. Okay, so now let's see in this table how many details we have. So we have around 10 rows. So and we have HR department, finance department, and IT department. So in HR we have three people, in IT we have three people, in finance we have three people, and in admin we have one people. So we have to return the department and the count. So let's go with the syntax. So select what we have to select. We have to basically select the department, and then we have to also return the count of it. So it will be the part of the aggregate function. From where we have to what is the source, that is the table name, so which is employee underscore details. Then group by, so we have to group by based on the department. That's all. Let's see what it will return. So we got the count, department and this count. Okay, so I made a mistake that we have also seen in that aggregate function that if we don't give a alias to it, it just take it the count asterisk as the column name. So instead we should give a alias name. So it will be like employee count. Okay, so now I think it will look much better and it will be much easier to understand. So we have like this. In HR department we have 3 employee count, finance we have 3, IT we have 3, and admin we have 1. Okay, so that's it. So let me take it and paste it here. Okay, it's not the end of the video because the main part is remaining. Okay, this thing you can find it any other video also. But now, uh, just think about it. If I write it here like this, department full name count as employee count by employee details and department. If I will give it a run, what will happen? So it's saying it is giving some error. Okay, let's take this error and let's see what this error is actually saying. So select department full name count as employee count from details group by department. The error code is 1055. Expression of select list is not in group by clause and contains non-aggregated column, which is not functionally dependent on columns in group by clause, that is incompatible with SQL mode. Okay, so let's see. So let's see what it wants to say actually. Okay, okay. I think you have understood that these are the rules or how actually group by works. Okay. Now I am writing a very important point, and then I will also explain you why I have written it. So very important. Okay. So any column in the select list that is not the part of aggregate function must be included in the group by clause. Okay. So let's read it again. Any column in the select list that is not the part of aggregate function must be included in the group by clause. Okay. So here if you can see, we have added a column which is full name. Okay. Which is part of the select, but it is not the part of the group by. And it is not also the part of aggregate function. So this query will be invalid. So that's the main thing. Okay. So when we wrote this query, which is something like this, select department full name count asterisk. I'm not writing the alias part from employee details group by department. Okay. So actually this is a wrong query. Why? Because you can see this full name is not the part of this aggregate function. Also, this is not a part of group by. So whatever any column in the select list that is not the part of aggregate function must be included in the group column. Okay, so if we have to add this full name, that it should be part of this or it should be part of the aggregate function. Okay, cool. Now, why? Okay, this is a big question because just telling the rules is not enough. Okay, so why it is like this? So this is the very interesting part which I want to explain you. Okay, I prefer explaining with some examples. So let's suppose we have a department table. Okay, and let's suppose we have three rows: department ID, full name, salary. Okay, so department ID is 1, 2, 3. Full name is, let's suppose, XYZ. Its salary is 50,000, 50,000, and 60,000. Now let's suppose we wrote a query like this. Okay, let me write a query like this. Select salary, full name from the table name, which is department table, and then group by. Let's suppose we want to group by salary. Okay, I know this is an invalid SQL command, but why? Okay, so also a thing is there that you should know how the SQL execution works. So it doesn't like that SQL starts from here or it starts from here. Okay, there is a different execution. I can create a video on it, that which command is executed first and which is at last. But for this example, let me tell you. So first, the line that is executed is this in SQL. Okay, from department table. So it knows that source. Okay, from department table we have to bring it. Okay, then this group by will work. Okay, so it will group by according to salary. So it will create two groups. Okay, so in first group there will be 1 X and 50,000, and also 2 Y and 50,000. Cool. And in it will also create another group which will be 3 Z and 60,000. Okay, so it created total two groups. So this is group 1, this is group 2. Cool. It has created two groups. Okay, now, okay, now we have to select salary and full name. Okay, and always remember that group by, here I have mentioned it something like this, that only one group is returned for each group. Okay, cool. Now let's see. So at the end, each group is only able to return one row. Here also, if you will observe it, let me go back a bit. Okay, and if I run it, so HR was having one group, finance was having one group, IT was having one group, admin was having one group, and from all the groups, each group only returned one row at the end. Okay, cool. Let's move here. Now we want to select salary and full name, and each group is only able to return. Sorry, each group is only able to return one row. This will return one row. This will return one row. Now, how I can decide that which salary or which full name I want to show from this group? Should I show this or should I show this? Isn't this is an ambiguous situation? That's why this type of query is wrong. Are you understanding it? If I will do something like this, let's suppose, let me make this query a bit better. Select salary and the count of it from department table, group by salary. Okay, okay. So the department table and group by salary will be same, but we have to just return salary and count of them. So salary for this group will be common, isn't it? It will be 50,000 only, and the count will be 2. And salary for the group 2 will be common, which is 60,000, and the count will be simple 1. So this is a correct query. But here you understood what was the situation. Which full name it should return? Should it return X or should it return Y? It's an ambiguous situation. And we know that each group is only able to return one row after the execution of this whole query. So that's the thing. It is ambiguous. Which row should I select? Which full name should I select? It's not able to select. That's why it is a problem. Okay. So that's the thing. Like now SQL needs to return just one row, but which one? Okay. So that's why we were getting this error. But will it work sometimes? Yeah, it can work sometimes. It depends. Like if your database system is MySQL and it's in a default mode, means which allows non-standard behavior. Okay, our MySQL in is not in default mode and it doesn't allow non-standard behavior. That's why we are getting error. Then if it is in non-standard behavior, then the query might work, but it is ambiguous. Maybe it can throw any one of the full name. You don't know, which is incorrect. In that case, MySQL may return any arbitrary value for department ID or full name for each salary group. This behavior is not recommended because the result is unpredictable. It also violates the SQL standards. Okay, So the best practice is always use all columns in select clause, in the group by clause, or in the aggregate function. Okay, so either uh, it should be in the group by, or it should be the aggregate function. Okay. uh, okay, so let me test how you have understood. If I will do something like this, uh, full name. I know this is a bit complex, okay, because understanding in depth is really, really important, because otherwise you will just go and keep forgetting the things because you will not understand it properly. Okay, so okay, will it work or not? Definitely it will work. Okay, now why it is working? Okay, so again, let me go into the whiteboard. So what actually is happening here? So first, execution was of from the table. Then we have group by. I'm giving this example. So we have created two groups. Now in this group, all the columns are there. Okay, be it department ID, full name, or salary, all the columns are there. And we execute a select thing. So we are what we are doing here. First of all, we are selecting the department. So and also we are counting the full name. So now in this group, how many full names are there? There are two full names. So it will give 2. How many full names are there? 1. It will return 1. Are you understanding how the execution works? In when we create the groups, all rows are already there. So that's why we can use any of the column. Okay, it doesn't matter. Let's suppose I am writing is active. This will also work. Okay, this will also work. Any column name will work. But standard wise, we write it as asterisk. Cool. Are you understanding this or not? If you have any doubt, please let me know in the comment section. I tried my best to understand, make you understand how actually the things work behind the scenes. Okay, and also let me copy it so that it we can have it for better tracking purpose. I have already pasted it. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so we have seen a lot of things today on, especially on group by. In the next video, we are going to see the having clause. Okay. I think that's it for this video. If you have any doubt, please let me know in the comment section. I feel very happy to read the comments. Thank you.